Now, what's beautiful about individual meditation, it has different dimensions to it. First is you just really get to pay more attention to your life, because otherwise we can be going along on automatic pilot, disconnected from our bodies. That line from James Joyce where he wrote, Mr. Duffy lived a short distance from his body. Somehow on automatic pilot, especially in modern, speedy consumer society where we're checking our devices and keeping our schedules and being busy and so forth, what matters to us can get lost. What we care about, being able to look in the eyes of the person that you're meeting and listen to the rhythm of their life as they meet you in your office or on the street, post-pandemic, if you're able, or wherever it is, and realize that we're in it together, that there's some deep way of seeing that secret beauty in another. So we need that. And what individual meditation then does is first, it cultivates the capacity of attention so that we can attend to our own bodies, that we can know what we feel. And half of what happens on retreats or in psychotherapy at certain points is people start to get a vocabulary of emotions that they didn't have. What do you feel? I don't feel much. Okay. Well, not feeling much is called numbness. What does that feel like? Well, I hate that you call it that. Okay, now you're feeling a little bit of annoyance. Okay, what does that feel like? You know, I wish you'd stop bothering me. Okay, there's wishing. Okay, notice what that feels like. And they start to realize, oh, there's this whole stream of feelings that are there. So you get to be with your body, you get to be with your emotions, you start to see all the stories. And people who've never done a silent retreat of 10 days or longer, you sit and you realize that the mind has no governor on it. And it just, you know, it secretes stories the way the salivary glands secrete saliva. And it's not in your control. There are practices where you can stop your thoughts for a bit, just like you can hold your breath, but they come back. And the point isn't to not have emotions or not have your body breathe or not have your mind secrete thoughts. But it's first to notice what's happening. So become the loving witness of it all, the loving awareness. And then secondly, to notice where you get entangled and caught, what causes the unnecessary suffering. We have pain, that's part of it. We age, we get sick, that's part of being human. But our fear, our grasping, the stories we tell, our resentments, our anxiety and so forth, as Mark Twain aptly put, my life has been filled with terrible misfortunes, most of which never happened, right? We can spin out all these stories, and fear is primarily a story of what's yet to come. In the moment, it might be painful or difficult, but fear is almost always connected with some story that we tell about what's going to come next. So when you've learned to meditate, you're able to, you do what the neuroscientists call expanding the window of tolerance. That's Dr. Dan Siegel's expression, so that you could tolerate your emotions, the level of your grief or sadness for things that you've lost, or longing or hope or fear or whatever, that you become comfortable with the whole domain of emotion. You can tolerate physical pain and tingling and itching, part of the Zen training. You sit and you don't move, not because not moving is a spiritual thing, but because you learn to be bigger than the reactions to everything going on in your body. You find a different kind of freedom. And then you start to see all the stories the mind tells and all the beliefs and how you identify with all of them. And then the big shift in meditation isn't so much that the things go away, although they can at times, quiet and become silent and connected and oneness and transcendence. The big shift is the shift of identity, that you don't take yourself to be that personality. You get amused by it. You don't take yourself to be the trauma. You heal it as you can. You feel compassionate for it. It awakes your tenderness for everybody else that's been traumatized like that. But it's not who you are. And that greater and greater freedom of being the loving awareness itself, that's the liberation more than any state.